A break right there from the International Faith Summit that has been running throughout the day, which began yesterday, and we'd love to update you on the latest making headlines across the country. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. It is a pleasure to broadcast this news for you now. We'll kick it off with something that is happening right now at the floor of the Senate, where today marks the conclusion of a two-day impeachment hearing of Meru County Governor Kware Mwangaza as she prepares to mount her defense against a litany of accusations. The Senate will subsequently determine whether the charges leveled against her are substantiated. The governor has assembled a legal team comprising 6 advocates to fight for her political survival. Spearheading her defense are lawyers Elisha Ongoya and Elias Mutuma, supported by Brida Kimathi, Robert Mutembei, Edgar Busienga, and Collins Mwenda. Monday's proceedings, which stretched late into the night, saw Governor Mwangaza vehemently refute all charges brought against her by the Meru County Assembly. The allegations include gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, gross misconduct, and abuse of office. So I'd love us to cross over live to the Senate, where those proceedings are still ongoing, and they began early in the day. And it is Governor Kware Mwangaza's turn to come to her defense over these particular charges that have been leveled against her. We've seen throughout the day witnesses that have been called to the stand and questioned by lawyers from both the opposing side as well as the side that is defending Governor Kware Mwangaza. So let's cross over and listen into the proceedings and what is happening right there at the floor of the Senate.
That she legally revoked the appointment of the CEO of the Public Service Board based on advice from an unnamed legal advisor. The person who was serving as a legal advisor to the governor at the time in question came here, testified. Came here and testified that the internal memo dated 23rd February was a forgery. She saw an affidavit that was presented to this House. Honorable Senators, the said memo bears no name, and there can be no clearer indication than this that it is indeed a forgery. In the opening remarks by the Governor's Council, this House was told that the Assembly is lying, and in fact the words used were that the Assembly is made of pathological liars who have believed their own lies. In view of this forged memo, I therefore ask this Honorable House, and I invite the senators to ask, who is lying? The same governor who accuses this assembly, the county assembly, of lying, is caught forging. A ruling was made this morning that she should deliver the original memo. She has failed to do so. The governor, in the same pattern of lies, stands here and tells you that she has 23 MCAs supporting her. The impeachment motion, a cursory look will tell you it was signed by 49 MCAs. And simple math tells you that 49 plus 23 is 72. Yet, shockingly, the County Assembly of Meru has only 69 MCAs. So it cannot be true that the governor has 23 MCAs supporting her. The Supreme Court in the Sonko case was categorical that there is no obligation in impeachment proceedings to prove each and every charge, and this means that even one charge substantiated should suffice. In that case, Honorable Senators, guidance was offered that impeachment proceedings are quasi-judicial in nature and are not in the nature of criminal proceedings. They don't necessarily require that criminal culpability should be proven to succeed. All that is required is that these allegations be substantiated. This word substantiate, what does it mean? It simply means to provide evidence. It does not necessarily mean to prove beyond reasonable doubt. It means that there must be substance in those allegations, that they have been proven to have substance. Honorable Senators, as I conclude, the evidence presented before this House cannot be trivialized to statistical count as an attempt was made in cross-examination of the mover. The gender card cannot be used to escape accountability. It is not a carte blanche or a shield to commit impunity. It is not about being female or male. It is about violations of the law and the Constitution. Honorable Senators, finally, in paragraph 7 of the Governor's response, that is volume 1 of the Governor's document, she seems to suggest that the county assembly, the county government of Meru should be dissolved. I call on this House to reflect on the words of the Bible in the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verses 8 to 9, and to paraphrase the words of Jesus Christ as he was teaching the people then: if your hand or your foot makes you sin, cut it off and throw it away. For it is better to enter the kingdom of heaven maimed or lame than to be thrown to everlasting fire with both feet and hands. There is no cause for dissolution of Meru County. The problem is the governor, and Meru can be saved by removing the governor from office, as the Constitution empowers the county assembly and this honorable House to do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, and I pray that you will find that the charges against the governor have been substantiated, and I pray that in keeping with the motto of this honorable House, for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, including the people of Meru, that you will do the right thing and send Governor Kware Mwangaza home. Thank you. I invite my senior, Mr. Ndegwa, to conclude our closing.
Thank you very kindly. I must begin by conveying
the Senate. We continue to keep tabs with what is happening there, and of course, just perhaps the senior counsels and the advocates making their last remarks and pleas before the Senate, and the Senate will withdraw to, to be able to look at what has been tabled and what decision they will make concerning whether or not to impeach the county governor Kware Mwangaza, and the motion was submitted by the Meru County Assembly. So we're keeping tabs with that. We'll be updating you what happens in our subsequent bulletin. However, let's take a look at what else is making headlines across the country now. Collins Jumaisi Halusha, the man or the main suspect in the murders of at least 42 women whose bodies were dumped in the Kware area of Embakasi, has escaped from Nairobi's Gigiri police station. According to a police report obtained by EBN TV, the suspect escaped with 12 other Eritreans who had been detained at the station for illegal immigration. On Tuesday at around 5 a.m., an officer in charge, Police Constable Gerald Mutuku, made routine visits to the cells with the canteen manager to serve breakfast to the suspects, only to find them missing. Halusha was in the cell waiting to be arraigned in court for the plea hearing. The Sub-County Police Commander, Sub-County Criminal Investigation Officer and Duty Officer in Gigiri visited the scene and have since launched investigations to locate the suspects. Now, the suspects made headlines after confessing to killing at least 42 women and dumping their bodies in Kware from 2022 to 2024.
13 prisoners escaped from the cells, among them 12 Eritrean nationals who were arrested for being illegal in Kenya, and one male murder suspect, namely Collins Jumaisi Halusha, who is connected with the Kware murder incident. Our preliminary investigation indicated that the escape was aided by insiders, considering that officers were deployed accordingly to guard the station. Consequently, I have interdicted 8 officers who were on duty last night, among them the Kikiri Sub-County Police Commander, OCS, Kikiri Police Station, Duty Officer, Duty NCO, Station Cards and Report Office personnel. The matter is currently under investigation by Internal Affairs Unit, and any person found culpable will face full force of law. We have launched manhunt to rearrest the escapees. We further appeal to the members of public with any information that may lead to the rearrest of the suspect, especially the murder suspect, Collins Chumaisi Kalusha, to report to the nearest police station or through the police hotline numbers 999 or 112 or 911 or 0800 722 203 or our X handle Fichua DCI. The officers or the prisoners who escaped from prison today are 13 in number. They are not all serial killers. It so happened that one of them is among the serial killer. And that's why we are appealing to the public and you as our Fourth Estate team to assist us in getting hold or rearresting of this guy who we are really looking for.
The death toll in a horrific car accident in the Miga area near Salga has risen to 14 people after 5 more bodies were retrieved from the mangled wreckage of the bus and 1 more succumbed while receiving treatment. 55 other passengers have sustained various injuries and are being treated at various hospitals in the area, according to Jasper Ombati, the regional police commander of Rift Valley. The Tuesday 4 a.m. accident involved a coast bus on its way to Mombasa from Kakamega, carrying a yet to be determined number of passengers. 11 passengers from the bus succumbed, as well as 2 others from private car. Now, rescue efforts began Tuesday morning with fears that more bodies could be trapped in the bus's mangled wreckage. The Kenya Red Cross said it dispatched a response team following morning accident and confirmed that 36 people were being treated at Coptic and Molo hospitals.
Kuna wababu walikuwa nasema hapo ndani ya gari haijafanyiwa service. So tukakuja but gari ilikuwa inashindwa kupanda mamilima. Tukafika Kericho. Watu wakasema hatuwezi endelea na safari. Mtushukishe kampuni angalie gari nyingine. Tufanyaje? Itupeleke Mombasa. So watu wakakasirika hadi wakaslap madereva. Wakawaambia watafute gari nyingine tupeleke wapi? Mombasa. Wao wakashika wakasema kuna mechanic anatoka Kisumu. So mechanic akakuja akajaribu kutengeneza gari kanguruma. Tumekaa Kericho from saa 1 hadi saa 7. Tumetoka saa 8 tuna 20 hapo. Tukikuja hivi gari kaanza kuja kwa kasi, inapita bumps haraka sana. So watu wakaanza kusema shida iko wapi? Hadi mama mwingine anasema atamulia mtoto hapo. Sasa ndo watu wakasema acheni kupiga kelele. Driver amesema breki imekatika. Sasa tukakuja tu tunapita bumps mbio. Ndio hiyo gari kanini ikagonga hiyo gari kapo hivyo. Tukamka chini. Mimi nikajipata tu kwa mwisho hivyo.
And we do condole with the families that will be receiving the news of losing their loved ones and empathize as well with those who are currently receiving treatment. And of course, that is also a developing story that we continue to keep tabs on. Now, businessman Jimmy Wanjigi has left the court after being released on a 10 million shillings bond. He was released pending a ruling on whether the court will defer his plea taking on allegations of being in possession of unlicensed firearms. Chief Magistrate Susan Shitubi at the same time directed Wanjigi to deposit his passport in court pending the ruling to be delivered on September 12th.
You can see my family here. We have been through a lot of trauma. I want to thank them for standing with me during the last 2 or 3 weeks of what you call crooked Ruto's anarchy. Crooked Ruto's anarchy. And I want to address William Samoei Ruto here. The courts today have upheld the constitution of this country. And you seem to be trying to live in an era that has long passed. William Ruto, why do you fear me? If you fear me, be a man, come and deal with me properly, kiwanjani ya siasa, not in my home, terrorizing my family, and not in these courts with trumped up charges. You are afraid that we are redefining the politics of this nation. We are moving away from a myopic tribe and region, your useless kutenga and lies. We have now moved to the realm of the truth and issue-oriented politics, based primarily today on the economy of Kenya. Debate me on the economy. Don't try and create criminality in your muck. I'm not going to join your pigsty. It is a pigsty.
President William Ruto this morning sworn into office the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Ms. Dorcas Agik Odong, and the Cabinet Secretary of the East African Community Affairs and Regional Development, Beatrice Askul. The AG becomes the first female Attorney General of Kenya, having worked as the Deputy Director of Public Prosecution.
I, Dorcas Agik Odong Odwor, being appointed as the Attorney General of Kenya, do swear that I will at all times be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic.
I, Beatrice Askul Moe, being appointed a Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, do swear that I will at all times be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic.
I am very confident with your experience, being grown up from the ranks, and I think you become the first person to grow through the ranks at the Attorney General office and become the legal head of that institution. And therefore, I have no doubt in my mind that you have what it takes to get that office to appropriate its place in the service of the nation. You are aware also that there is need to expand the footprint of the Office of the Attorney General to take care of litigations and legal requirements in different parts of the country. That again will be another step that you may consider, and we will be working with you to make sure that people access justice on time and government gets legal representation to protect the greater interest of the people of Kenya.
The Senate has approved the nomination of Douglas Kanja as Police Inspector General. The development follows a recommendation by a joint committee of Parliament that vetted Kanja last week. The National Assembly's National Administration and Internal Security, as well as the Senate's National Security Committees, said Kanja is fit for the job. While debating the motion on Kanja's nomination, the senators heaped praise on him as an experienced police officer. However, the lawmakers challenged him to implement reforms and change the image of the National Police Service.
I beg to move that this House adopts the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security and Senate Standing Committee on National Security, Defense, and Foreign Relations. On the approval, on the report on the approval hearing of Mr. Douglas Kanja Kirocho, nominee for appointment to the position of Inspector General of the National Police Service, pursuant to Standing Order 2236 of the Senate Standing Orders.
We should not be hearing only of the police when we have seen people die, or when there are accidents, when there are attacks. When come out and tell us this is the plan, this is how we are executing. You should be part and parcel of our lives, because security is our life also. Security is part and parcel of our life. You should be coming to the televisions, to the radios, to the whatever, speaking to us of your plans. so that we don't wait for things to happen. That's when we see you. We want you to tell us in advance that I will be coming to Tana River County, and this is the plan. We have this number of police stations. This is what we are doing, so that we walk with you. Mr. Speaker, I really want to commend to this Senate and even effectively the Republic of Kenya, this new officer who has served for so many years, 39 years, with distinction.
I believe that he is a man who's capable of understanding that he must be seen to offer justice, he must be seen to be fair, and he must be seen to be a person who's willing to make Kenya a better place than he found it.
The fate of the country's education sector hangs in the balance with the teachers' strike scheduled for August 26, 2024, dependent on the ongoing government-initiated talks to settle the 13 billion shillings pay dispute. The Kenya National Union of Teachers and the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education have insisted that they will not back down until the 13 billion needed to implement the second phase of the 2021-2025 collective bargaining agreement is made available.
The strike notice was issued to TSC and it is being received. TSC has already started engaging with them, and I think they're going to have a meeting either tomorrow or on Wednesday. So towards the end of the week, we should be able to tell the nation where we are with respect to the strike. We are trying to ensure that we avert the strike, because this is the third term. Children are going to school, others are going to do exams. It is not a good time for us to have a strike. The issues that the teachers are raising are legitimate concerns, but the challenges that the government has are also legitimate challenges. It is a funding model that is calculated to ensure that university education is available to the students, especially those who are most in need. It is structured in a way that the government will support with the highest amount, 95% actually, of the most vulnerable students. And those who are able to afford would pay up to a maximum of about 30%. Number of students went to make the applications for the bands or for the information through these cyber cafes. And what was happening is the cyber cafe people were copy-pasting information. So some information may have gone the wrong way, and we have a chance to correct that. So any student who has a letter that has banded them wrongly, we have provision for them. We have an appeal system to correct that, and we will continue doing that until everything is corrected.
Now, teachers have also been urged to postpone their planned strike and allow time for the government and parliament to pass a revised finance bill that includes their salary allowances. GEM Member of Parliament Elisha Odhiambo emphasized that with the withdrawn bill of 2024 and the 2023, which was dismissed by the court, there is little the government can do at the moment. The Member of Parliament assured parents that once the bill is assured, they will be paid in arrears.
You are aware that the teachers want to go on strike, isn't it? But let me remind the teachers. The finance bill that was carrying part of their money, 2024, was dismissed. The president, in his wisdom, decided to use the finance bill 2023. The courts equally dismissed. So the finance bill we are using now is 2022. So that budget that was put for teachers was removed in 2024 finance bill when it was dismissed by Gen Z. I want to ask my fellow teachers, Jack, you are here. Let us go slowly. Allow us as parliament to pass a reviewed 2024 finance bill, and you will be paid in arrears. That's my humble request. The decision is up to you. But me, I'm giving a request, Kaka Lishodia. And I've said again, let me repeat this for a third time. No country develops without payment of tax. Right now, as a country, and I mentioned this to the CS Energy, the whole country in our Nyanza area, we only have 66% coverage with electricity. which goes to the houses. When you go to central Kenya, they have 99% coverage. So I'll be asking the Minister for Energy, the money meant for central should now be transferred to Nya, so that we are at the same level, because we are in the same car.
Now to sports. The Federation of East Africa Secondary School Sports Competition entered its third day in Mbale City as Kenya teams continued to record different results in different venues. In men's 3x3 basketball, French school Kamusinga recorded a win 17-10 as Sawagongo lost against Seroma 10-6. Butere Girls defeated their rivals Raila Education Center 12-10, while St. Joseph's Girls Kitale recorded a victory at the hands of Nasokol team with 13-8.
We lost against them, but this year, that was my prayers to win against them. We tried in the nationals, but suppose we did it. Haikukuja vile tulikuwa nataka, so but sasa tumepata
kwa kuja hapa. Tuna matarajio ya kwamba tuchukue gold medal tupeleke nyumbani Kenya, na Mungu ametuwezesha, tumepata ushindi wa kwanza na tuna furaha. Huu ushindi umetupa motisha hata kuendelea kucheza vizuri kwa hizi mechi ambazo zinafuata. Vijana walifuata maagizo niliyowapea kama mkufunzi wao, waka execute ile plan na Mungu akatupa ushindi. Nataka kuambia watu wote na mafans wetu ya kwamba tuko hapa kujikakamua, tutajikaza, kiwango iko juu, lakini sisi pia tumejiandaa vyema na tuna uhakika mwishowe tutaweza kuleta ushindi nyumbani Kenya.
We have won the first game and our aim is to reach the target, to get the trophy, to take it back home. And we're hoping for the best and we're putting God first in everything that we do.
Tumecheza mchezo wa kwanza na shule ya upili ya Nasokol na washinda. Matarajio yetu ni kuwa tutaendelea na tushinde mpaka siku ya mwisho. Tunatarajia kuchukua gold kwenye mchezo wa basketball 3-on-3. Mchezo wenyewe si rahisi, timu zimejiandaa vilivyo haswa Uganda, lakini tuko tayari kwa kabili kwenye mchezo hii, tunatarajia kuwashinda mbeleni.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we wrap it up tonight. Thank you very much for your wonderful company. I hope that you're up to date with what is making headlines across the country. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Blessed night.